Hey everybody, the Reswiral here, and welcome back to more of Ace Attorney Investigations 2 Prosecutor's Path. Holy shit. That took me a lot longer to get started because I didn't realise, I didn't have all the thumbnails and stuff set up, so it was still showing the thumbnail from the last stream, which was session 12, as opposed to session 13. Never mind, it's all sorted now. Right, boom. Let's do this! Oh! God, it's weird, we're seeing this from, like, the opposite angle. This is also weird that Courtney is actually the residing judge. How strange! Court is now in session. Is the defense ready? Of course, Your Honor. We can begin whenever you want. And it's Ray versus Franziska. The prosecution has been ready from the start, Your Honor. What on earth? Jill Crane, the attorney in charge of the defense, has passed on from this world. Furthermore, Sebastian de Best, the prosecutor in charge, has disappeared. Oh. And so, Franziska and Mr. Shields have taken over their duties. Oh. Sebastian probably disappeared after finding out that his father's a piece of shit. Basically. Before we begin, I would like to apologise for the delay of today's trial. As the crime took place in the prison, a place where justice is normally administered, and the defendant was the warden of the prison, further exacerbating the situation. Additional time was specially arranged to investigate and prepare for the trial. In addition, the defense attorney in charge of the case, Jill Crane, has recently passed away. Due to these circumstances, the trial was further delayed. Mr. Shields, Miss Von Karma. At this time, I'd like to give you my gratitude for taking up this responsibility on such short notice. Or on short notice. I guess this is the last job Courtney Pye's friend left behind for us, huh? Well, Uncle Ray is more than happy to help out. Although, having said that, I only had enough time to skim through the case files. Are you okay on your end, Franny Pye? What kind of prosecutor abandons his own case and vanishes without a trace? I won't allow any more delays in this trial while we wait for that foolish man to return. I have received the evidence just now. There should be no problems continuing the trial. You have my thanks. And with that, I hereby call the defendant, Patricia Rowland, to the stand. What on earth? This is weird. Yeah. Now then, will the prosecution please give us their opening statement? Very well, Your Honor. The defendant... Please wait, Your Honor. What is it? Well, there's something I'd like you to fill me in on. Just what exactly am I doing in a place like this? Then perhaps you would do well to listen to the opening statement. So if I listen to it, I'll get it, huh? Okay then, let's hear it. That was the plan from the start. Now, if you would kindly shut up and listen. The incident occurred in the detention centre, and the prison warden Rowland is in charge of. The victim is Horace Knightley, who is being held in the detention centre. The prosecution is certain that this woman here is the culprit. This knife, the murder weapon, is the decisive Oh, I was going to say evil. Evidence. Huh? Miss Von Karma, is something wrong? That's... impossible. The evidence is... What's wrong with the evidence, Franny Pye? The evidence. The knife's gone. The chisel with Dogan's bell attached to it is missing too. What? Oh my god, this is really weird. Order, order. Prosecutor Von Karma, what is the meaning of this? I don't understand it either, Your Honor. If there's no evidence, then I suppose there's not much reason for me to be here. Some prosecutor can't even hold on to one little piece of evidence. What a dunce. I only received everything that the previous prosecutor had. It appears the culprit is that pampered prosecutor, the boy Blunder. Hey, Courtney Pye, what is it? Your Honor, considering our predicament, what say we postpone the trial until later? Of course. The defence's proposal is overruled. Eh? Courtney Pye. I know, right? It'd be troubling for me if this trial were to be delayed any further. I just want everyone to know that I'm innocent. As soon as possible. Innocent? I've had more than enough of your foolish... And besides, you don't have any evidence, right? I recall a certain saying. In court, evidence is everything. Wasn't it? Since there's no evidence, that would make me innocent. Isn't that right, Your Honor? That is correct. What? Oh no. The prosecution has not produced sufficient evidence to prove the defendant guilty. As such, I hereby find the defendant Patricia Rowland... Objection! Hell yeah! Hold your horses, Courtney Pie. You can't just declare her innocent all of a sudden. Is something the matter? For the defense to object to a not guilty verdict. Well, I mean... Even you must know that the warden over there is guilty, right? You were there with us when we found the murder weapon. Mr. Shields, a judge must remain impartial when handing down a verdict. That is why I cannot allow myself to get caught up in my own personal feelings. The person who was present when the murder weapon was discovered was not me, and the judge sitting before you now are two completely different people. Okay. You're kidding, right? I can only hand down a verdict based upon the evidence that was presented. Ah, shite. There is evidence, it's just, well, it's not here right now. But a few minutes, that's all I need. I'll find the evidence and return to court without fail. The prosecution requests a brief recess, Your Honor. The defense would also like a recess, Your Honor. Courtney Pie, please. Very well. I understand. I shall grant your request. Well, Justine, darling, aren't you wishy-washy today? It's because we know that she's not innocent. This court will now adjourn for a 15-minute recess, during which the prosecution and the defense shall prepare for the resumption of the trial. Understood, Your Honor. Whew, that was a close one. Court is now adjourned. That is strange, just to see a court proceeding go on in a game where there's been literally none of that. I suppose it would be the equivalent of an Ace Attorney game where you actually have an investigation going on like this. That's how weird it feels, I mean. By the way, we're in the third floor lobby. Didn't we find it together? The evidence? Yes, we certainly did. Huh? What's the matter, detective? It looks like the metal detector is reacting to this alligator. Really? Why? It had a knife in its mouth. Duh. Of course, that's why the metal detector reacted. Judge Courtney, I'd like you to take a look at this. The chisel? Wasn't that just the fake murder weapon? Duncan hid this chisel inside his dog's mouth. And the real murder weapon was hidden in very much the same way. The real murder weapon is in the pond inside the alligator. Wonder if it was stolen by someone. Mr. Edgeworth. Who is that? Oh! We have Simon and Regina? I think it's Regina. Anyway, Miss Mary and Mr. Keys. Did you come to attend the trial? I came because I heard there's a really fun show around here. So, where is it? The trial for the case I got caught up in was supposed to have already started, but... our practice ran a little late. I believe it was somewhere around here, wasn't it? Actually, two key pieces of evidence have gone missing. The chisel and the knife. The trial is in recess now. Sort of like an intermission. You just missed it, Simon. What? What's that supposed to mean? Looks like Simon's going to get arrested again. Why is she so happy? No way, I can't. I guess Simon is his usual noisy self. What the hell was that noise? Huh? I just heard a psh. Oh, it's Francisca. To think that I would be humiliated like this. Is she whipping Ray, or is she just, like, smacking the wall? And here comes another noisy individual. Francisca. Hey, I knew it. Now, Franny Pie. Let's just take a moment and calm down a bit. Maybe you could put that whip of yours away, What do you say? That foolish prosecutor, when I get my hands on him... my whip is going to give him the thrashing of a lifetime. Miles, why don't you try talking to her? Good grief. On that note, I guess I should probably hear what she has to say. Hey Francisco, how's it going? Oh, if it isn't former prosecutor Miles Edgeworth. Francisco, those who have abandoned the path of a prosecutor do not belong here. Now be a good boy and go home. Figure out what you want to do with your life. Oh, there we go. The trial. Still, what are you going to do, Francisco? The recess is only 15 minutes. You're always so calm and collected. Like an anchorman reading off a teleprompter. It makes me sick. I should probably stay classy and avoid a confrontation with her for now. Knightley's murder. Francisco, I never expected you to end up taking over the prosecution for this case. The bodyguard of the president of Zangfar, Horace Knightley, was murdered. The defendant is the former warden of the prison, Patricia Rowland. The knife she used as a murder weapon had been prepared as evidence. However, the murder weapon has disappeared without a trace. Not only did he abandon his own case, but he also made me look like a fool in court. Ooh! The next time I see that foolish fool of a prosecutor, I'll whip some backbone into him. I don't mind if you whip some backbone into him, but stop whipping innocent bystanders. Okay, so that's all I can say to her. Ray! Oh, I get to hear his theme! Yes! Oh, I love this song. It's so good. I'm actually turning my volume up again. Oh yeah. Okay, looks like you got your memories back. Yeah, I'm all better now. I could probably turn it down though. Don't want it to come across on my mic track. Uncle Ray was really worried, you know. Though that other Kay was also pretty cute. Well then, now that you've recovered, how about a hug? I knew it. How about a hug for all time's sake? Nope. We need to focus on the trial right now. Yeah, things aren't looking good. So the trial. At any rate, we'll have to search for the evidence. But we can't interrupt the trial. Uncle Ray's in a pickle. If only there was someone who could find the evidence for us. That look of expectation on your face says it all. Edgeworth Law Offices? Miles, you still don't have your prosecutor's badge, right? Do you finally feel like following in your father's footsteps? I simply left it in someone else's care. I wasn't stripped of my badge. Furthermore, right now I am unable to follow in my father's footsteps. I see. Well, there's no need to rush your decision. Take all the time you need to determine the path you want to follow. In any case, the door's always open for you at the Edgeworth Law Offices. Mr. Shields. Okay. If only there was someone who could go search for the evidence for us. Fine. Very well. I'll go look for them. Oh, Miles! You'd do that for us? Of course, finding the evidence within 15 minutes will be no easy task. Well, if worst comes to worst, Uncle Ray and Franny Pie will help you stall for time. Until you recover the evidence, we won't let her hand down a verdict. Please do so. Francisco, are you okay with this? You're asking me, Francisco von Karma, to help you out? You'd be better off spending the rest of your life as an anchorman for the local news. Miss von Karma, this is an emergency. We could really use your cooperation. She's just being a stubborn bitch. I understand. As acting prosecutor, I, along with that attorney over there, shall continue this trial. Meanwhile, you, the former prosecutor, shall run around and look for the evidence. All for my sake. It's a job that suits you perfectly. I'm glad that you're on board. I'll help out too, because I really don't want to get arrested again. This sounds like fun. Regina wants to tag along too. Alright, that would be helpful. Now then, where should we begin? I think we should go find that person and hear what they have to say. Who should we talk to in order to learn where the evidence went? Sebastian! Where the hell is his profile? Ew! Look at the president's portrait. Ah, not Simon. Sebastian DeBest. Yes, the person in charge of the evidence was Sebastian DeBest. Ah, you mean that rookie prosecutor, right? Got it. I'll leave him to you. Alrighty. Time for Uncle Ray to have a strategy meeting with the opposing counsel. Just the two of it. Miles Edgeworth, you better not keep me waiting, lest you end up like your friend here. He's just become like a whipping boy. Yes, I'll keep that in mind. Faraday Pie, wait for me! Now then, let's go help look for Sebastian as well. Hello? Miss Courtney? Ah, Judge Courtney. If it isn't Prosecutor Edgeworth, I hope that all is well. All is not well. Just what was going on in that trial earlier. Kay, there's no need for that. But, even though Miss Courtney should know exactly who the culprit is, what made you? In a court of law, the only thing that truly matters is evidence. Whatever my own feelings may be, it should not affect the verdict. So, is this the judge persona of Justice Courtney we're seeing? Justine, that's her name. Courtney's her surname. I thought Courtney was her actual name. I'd forgotten about that. We're seeing cold-blooded and heartless. It's fine if you think of me as such. Even as a judge, she's still this stubborn? Judge Courtney, there's just one thing I'd like to ask you. And what would that be? 2 nights ago, you went to the roof of the Grand Tower. The roof, you say? You met with the President there, correct? The two of you were caught on the security camera. Is there some sort of problem with that? Today, the President's body was discovered. Very close to the Grand Tower. That's... You understand now, don't you? You're a suspect. What happened between you and the President up on the roof? Nothing. We merely spoke for a few minutes. Once our business was done, I headed straight home. I took the elevator back down alone. Indeed, that was shown on the security footage as well. Or security camera footage as well. What exactly did you and the President talk about? That... I cannot say. I see. However, I cannot afford to let up just yet. That being the case, I guess my only remaining option is to use that. She is definitely hiding something, and I'm going to draw it out of her. Ah, guys, logic chess time. Against Courtney as well. This one's going to be a pain. Alright. 2 nights ago, Judge Courtney met with President Huang. It is true that I spoke with President Huang on the roof of the Grand Tower. So she has a rook, a bishop, a knight, and a queen. Or is that a king? No, it's a queen, I think. However, we only discussed business. There was no need to tell you what was said. Just like in the trial earlier, she won't reveal her personal feelings easily. When she's speaking as a judge, it would be better for me to wait and see what develops. Now then, I'll start by asking her what she talked about with the President. Begin! Alright, what did you and the President talk about? On it, year. Could you tell me what you and the President talked about? No. My meeting with the President was strictly business. And since it has nothing to do with you, I am not obligated to answer your question. I'm an acquaintance. We appreciate your understanding. Even so, you certainly are a very busy person, aren't you? You're a member of the PIC and a judge as well. You even assist with the investigations. I am simply fulfilling the professional duties that have been assigned to me. Was your meeting with the President also one of the duties assigned to you as a judge? Yes, of course it was. I am one who lives for the law. I would never act outside my professional duties. Yeah, didn't you help me out this morning? This morning, you returned Kay's promised notebook to me. I don't believe that all of your actions are simply done for the sake of your duties. Well, that was one down. Fucking hell. It's true, it seems I still retain some immature qualities. I wouldn't call it immature, it was your own personal kindness. Weren't you also distressed when you found out that the President had passed away? Yes, it is very unfortunate. Why did he have to die? It seems he was crushed by the head of a monster called the Mighty Muzilla. Ah, excuse me. You see, Muzilla is... Is that true? You mean, the president died at the temporary Muzilla film lot? Wait, she knows of it? Yes, that's right. I'm surprised that you know about Muzilla. Yes, I'm a huge fan. Okay, I'd heard about it from Sebastian. He told me that the movie was being filmed near the Grand Tower. She seems awfully shaken up about that. And I'm also curious about Sebastian, who went missing along with the evidence. She said she wouldn't talk about the president. However, I might be able to get her to reveal her secret through another line of questioning. She is flustered beyond normal. There must be some reason behind it. Where's Prosecutor de Best? Francesca may have taken over the prosecution in Sebastian's place, however, as long as he still possesses some of the evidence, the trial cannot proceed. I intend to carry out a fair trial. If the prosecution is unable to present evidence, the defendant must be declared not guilty. Wait and see. You and the defendant are both. What? I am a judge. I cannot allow my own personal feelings to get in the way. So, you're saying you're not the least bit worried about Sebastian's whereabouts? Of course, I am. I am worried about Sebastian as well, but... Are you worried about anyone else? You're worried about Sebastian as well? Wouldn't that mean that there is someone else you're worried about? Oh ho ho ho! Ah. By any chance, would that person have something to do with your unnatural behaviour? That's impossible. I'm a follower of the law. I will not be swayed by personal feelings. As a judge, you're only human. It may be true that those who stand in court have a duty to follow the law. However, we're not superheroes. You and I are only human. It is impossible to completely ignore your own feelings and render an impartial judgment. Yeah, biases exist. It is as you say. As I am now, I cannot hand down an impartial verdict. Judge Courtney, why don't you tell me the truth? Just what am I supposed to do? Whoa, she's changed. For Judge Courtney to become this distraught, you should find out exactly who she is searching for. Up until now, she has been wearing the mask of a judge. This time I should be able to draw out her true feelings. Whoa, are you searching for Prosecutor de Best? Is the person you're searching for Sebastian by any chance? When Sebastian learned of his father's true colours, he went into hiding of his own free will. I'm worried about him, but this may be a trial he needs to overcome on his own. Wait and see. Whenever she pulls out the hammer, I basically have to wait. Since he went into hiding of his own accord, he could return whenever he wanted to. Could it be the person you're searching for is unable to return under their own power? In regards to that, my lips are sealed. I'm unable to talk about it right now. When I think about what might happen to that child if I talked... Oh! Who is that child you speak of? That child? Could you tell me who you are referring to? It's nothing. Please, pay it no mind. Judge Courtney's expression has changed. It seems I've managed to uncover a clue. Are you searching for Muzilla? Are you searching for the mighty Muzilla? I don't have the time to play along with your jokes right now. It's not a joke. Just a moment ago, you were surprised to learn that the president had been crushed by Muzilla, correct? I was simply surprised by the president's cause of death. To think that he passed away at the temporary film lot, of all places. What's wrong with how he died? What's wrong with where he died? Yeah, what's wrong with where he died? From the way you're talking, it seems you have a problem with where he died. That's not true. It's just... For the President to have passed away at a film lot, a place where dreams are made. I just thought it would be better if the movie's cast and crew remained unaware of the truth. A staff member found the body. I'm very sorry to say this. However, the movie's cast and crew are already aware of the President's death. I encountered a female staff member and John Marsh at the crime scene. No. How could it have come to this? She seems to react strongly when it comes to the staff of the Mozilla film. This could be a useful clue. So now it's who I search for. Who are you searching for? Judge Courtney, tell me who you are searching for. My lips are sealed. That is not something I can talk about right now. Let me try using that clue. Could it be that missing child? Could it be you're searching for that child who has gone missing? Since you said it was a child, I presume they're of a young age, correct? I simply cannot answer any questions about him. That boy has nothing to do with you, or the President's assassination. Let me try using that clue. Is he involved in the Mozilla movie? It'll be John. He's gone missing, I guess. He ran away. Earlier when Mozilla was brought up, it seemed to be a sensitive topic for you. Is that child you spoke of involved with the Mozilla movie? That would be a yes. How? How do you know that? You're usually so calm. You seem rather distraught right now. Please, tell me. Who is that child? I understand. If you've come to know this much, I shall prepare myself for the worst. The child I'm searching for is a boy by the name of John Marsh. John? Why do you want to know his whereabouts? Well, that much I simply cannot say. Judge Courtney, didn't you say you were prepared for the worst? I am, but I'm still a judge. Even if you don't intend to talk, I am determined to expose the truth. That is my resolve. Oh! Why is she searching for John? I must get her to tell me the reason. Are you a fan of his? Could it be that you're a fan of John Marsh? Yes. That's it. That's right. I am a fan of John Marsh, the famous child actor who has been called a prodigy. You're going to say, I don't think that's true, she's just talking shit. I knew his movie was being filmed in front of the Grand Tower. So the temporary film lot had been on my mind. I see. I suppose a fan would be curious about that. Did you know that John was at the temporary film lot? Yes, of course I did. He said they would be filming there all day today, and yet... You sound like a stalker. Oh god, did you hear that from him? It almost sounds as if John himself told you personally. I doubt he would give his schedule to a mere fan. That's true, isn't it? Please, don't pay any mind to that statement. She made another slip of the tongue. She must be really worried about John. So, she has spoken with John. This could be a useful clue. Are you acquainted with him? Are you acquainted with John by any chance? He is a famous movie star. I doubt there is anyone who doesn't know who he is. I actually hadn't heard of him until I met with him today. That just proves you have much to learn. Allow me to give you a lesson. I know everything about him. What's his favourite food? I couldn't care less. My apologies. I seem to have lost my composure. You tend to lose your calm whenever the conversation turns to John, don't you? In any case, while I may know everything about John, it is a one-sided relationship. Let me try using that clue. You must have spoken with John. I understand you're worried about him, but aren't you a bit too flustered? You told me earlier that you had spoken with John. Doesn't that prove that you are indeed acquainted with him? How could I have committed such an indiscretion? It appears that John and Judge Courtney are acquaintances. God, this could be a vital clue. Where is he right now? Actually, we are searching for John as well. Would you happen to have any idea where he might be? Why would you think that I would know where he is? John and I... there is no connection between us. Let me try using that clue. You two must be acquainted, even. I don't know what kind of relationship you have with John, but at the very least, the two of you must be acquaintances. Ooh. Judge Courtney, won't you allow us to help you in your search for him? Help? No, that won't be allowed. Why? Who won't allow it? The so-called goddess of law? The person who knows where that child is. Okay, a kidnapper? Has he been kidnapped? I see. Finally, I've connected all the pieces of the puzzle. The reason why you cannot easily talk about John... it was because someone kidnapped him, isn't that right? Oh! Oh damn. Judge Courtney, I would like to hear the truth from your own lips. I understand. This time... I will truly be prepared for the worst. It's just as you deduced. Someone has kidnapped John. As I thought, there was a kidnapping. Still, how is John's kidnapping related to you in any way? John and I are... Wait, what? She's his mother? Mother and child? What? I was unable to learn much about the conversation she had with the President, but... I have learned of John's kidnapping, and that she is a mother. It was an unexpected result, but with that, it's checkmate. She's a mother? That's just strange. I definitely was not expecting that. I mean, to be fair, I don't even know how old she is. She doesn't look much older than Edgeworth, who's in, like, mid-20s, I think. What? John is Miss Courtney's son? No way! I mean, he's already so big. For him to be your... Yes, John is indeed my son. Please, look at this.